Thousands of years ago, long before the pyramids rose, long before ancient Rome or Babylon, there was said to be a place unlike any other on Earth. A shining island empire. A civilization so advanced, so powerful, and so mysterious that even today it refuses to fade into legend. A place with engineered canals, golden temples, towering walls, and technology that seemed centuries ahead of its time. A land where philosophy, spirituality, agriculture, engineering, and science were all blended into a single harmonious world. And then, in one single night, everything disappeared, the earth shook, the ocean roared, and the entire civilization vanished beneath the waves as if the earth itself swallowed it whole. Was Atlantis a real super civilization? Or was it a powerful allegory invented by an ancient philosopher? Tonight, we dive deeper than ever before into one of history's greatest mysteries. This is the untold story of Atlantis. The first clue, Plato's mysterious story. To uncover the truth, we must start with the only ancient source who ever provided a detailed description of Atlantis. Not an explorer, not a sailor, not a king, but a philosopher, Plato, around 360 BC. In his works Timaeus and Critias, Plato describes an island nation of staggering wealth and power, a civilization larger than Libya and Asia combined. He speaks of a great empire with grand temples covered in silver and gold, massive irrigation systems, wide canals stretching across the city, 3 circular rings of land, and 2 rings of water dividing the capital, a navy of thousands, a society built on law, wisdom, and philosophy. According to Plato, Atlantis was ruled by 10 kings. Its ruler was descended from no ordinary bloodline but from Poseidon, the god of the sea. Plato paints Atlantis not simply as a city, but as a utopia, a civilization in perfect balance, until greed emerged, until corruption spread. And when the people abandoned their moral values, Plato tells us that the gods punished them. In his chilling words, in one terrible day and night, the island of Atlantis disappeared into the sea. His writing is the first detailed record of Atlantis. And for thousands of years, the world has wondered, was he describing real history or creating a cautionary tale about human pride? To answer that, we must go deeper. Solon, Egypt, and the ancient memory. Plato never claimed to invent the story. He said he heard it from Solon, one of Greece's 7 sages, a renowned lawmaker and traveler. According to Plato, Solon journeyed to Egypt, to the great city of Sais, where he spoke with ancient priests. These priests told Solon a remarkable tale. Atlantis had existed 9,000 years before their time. If true, this pushes Atlantis back to about 11,600 years ago, an era that aligns perfectly with the dramatic end of the Ice Age. During this time, massive glaciers melted oceans, rose more than 400 feet, entire coastal regions vanished, and many ancient settlements disappeared underwater. Some researchers believe this time period matches the perfect window for a real Atlantean-like civilization to be lost. Did Plato unknowingly preserve one of humanity's oldest memories? Or did the Egyptian priests give Solon a symbolic myth? The mystery deepens. The golden age of Atlantis. Plato's description is shockingly detailed. He explains the city as a circular marvel. 3 rings of land, 2 rings of water, bridges that connected each ring, an enormous palace in the center, a grand temple of Poseidon decorated with precious metals, a massive canal connecting the ocean to the city's harbor. He describes advanced farming, metal alloys unknown today, hot and cold water, fountains, complex road systems, a navy so vast it covered the sea. Atlantis, he said, was gifted with every natural resource. Fertile soil, precious minerals, exotic animals, freshwater springs, and access to vast oceans. It was wealthy, it was powerful, it was organized, and it was flourishing. But over time, moral decay spread. The people grew arrogant, greedy, hungry for more. And when a civilization abandons virtue, it brings about its own destruction. But was Plato describing a real super civilization or writing a moral fable? Modern scientists and historians remain divided, so we turn to the strongest theories ever proposed. Theories section begins Santorini and the fall of the Minoan civilization. Among all theories, one stands tall. the connection between Atlantis and the Minoan civilization of ancient Greece. Around 1600 BC, the volcanic island of Thera, modern-day Santorini, erupted in one of the most catastrophic explosions in human history. This eruption, flattened cities, unleashed massive tsunamis, darkened the skies for years, disrupted trade networks, and crippled the Minoan civilization archaeologists uncovered Minoan cities with. Advanced plumbing, multi-story buildings, colorful art, complex writing systems, and a peaceful, prosperous society. The circular shape of Santorini's caldera bears a haunting resemblance to Plato's circular rings. Could this be the true Atlantis? A real advanced society destroyed in a single event? While the timeline conflicts with Plato's story, the similarities are too strong to ignore. The Atlantic Ocean and Lost Islands. Plato wrote that Atlantis was located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, the modern Strait of Gibraltar. This points directly into the Atlantic Ocean. For centuries, sailors have reported strange underwater structures, rectangular stone formations, unusual ridges, or grid-like patterns that resemble ancient foundations. Most were explained as natural geography. But some remain unexplained. Many believe the Azores Islands, located in the mid-Atlantic on the tip of a massive underwater mountain range, may be the last surviving peaks of a drowned continent. Could an entire landmass have sunk slowly after the last ice age? Some geologists say it's impossible. Others say the Earth's crust is far more unstable than we think. The Atlantic remains one of the strongest candidates. Antarctica before the ice. One of the most controversial theories claims that Antarctica was once home to an ancient civilization. Millions of years ago, before it froze, Antarctica was green, lush, and filled with forests. Yet the real mystery begins with the Piri Reis map of 1513. This ancient map seems to depict the coastline of Antarctica without ice, something humanity didn't officially map until more than 300 years later. How could a 500-year-old map show what was buried under miles of ice? Some researchers believe the map was copied from even older sources, knowledge left behind by an unknown ancient civilization. Could Atlantis be buried under Antarctica's ice sheet, frozen in time by a sudden climate shift? Mainstream science says no, but the questions remain. The Eye of the Sahara, in the heart of the Sahara Desert, lies one of the most mysterious structures on Earth, the Richat structure, also known as the Eye of the Sahara. From above, it looks eerily similar to Plato's description. 3 circular rings of land, 2 rings where water once flowed, a diameter matching Plato's measurements surrounding the structure, are signs that the Sahara was once green, with rivers and lakes. Thousands of years ago, it may have been a fertile paradise, not the desert we see today. Could Atlantis have been here? A city swallowed not by the ocean, but by shifting climate and time. The Richat structure remains one of the most compelling theories of our age. Atlantis as a moral lesson. Some historians argue that Plato wrote Atlantis not as history, but as allegory, a warning about human corruption, a reminder that even the greatest civilizations can fall when arrogance grows. But here's the twist. Legends of great floods, sunken cities, and drowned civilizations exist in more than 200 cultures worldwide. Stories of continents sinking, cities swallowed overnight, gods punishing corruption, or oceans reclaiming lost lands. Is it possible that Atlantis wasn't one city, but a memory shared by many ancient peoples who witnessed real global disasters? Was Plato simply preserving humanity's oldest fears? History repeats itself whether Atlantis existed or not. One truth remains. Earth has swallowed entire civilizations before. Pompeii, destroyed in hours by Mount Vesuvius. Doggerland, a lost continent once connecting Britain to Europe, now buried under the North Sea. Nan Madol, a mysterious Pacific water city built on artificial islands, abandoned for unknown reasons. Yonaguni, underwater stone structures off Japan, still debated by experts. Again and again, nature has shown that cities can be erased from history in a single day. Atlantis might not be unique. It might simply be the oldest example. The mystery continues. So, was Atlantis real? A lost civilization swallowed by rising oceans. A forgotten superpower erased by the Earth itself. or a moral story meant to warn future generations? The truth is simple. Until the deep ocean reveals its secrets, Atlantis will remain half legend, half possibility. A mystery too powerful to die and too extraordinary to ignore. Underwater history. You've been watching Underwater History. If you want us to explore real submerged cities, from Heracleion in Egypt to Dwarka in India to the mysterious ruins of Yonaguni, tell us in the comments. Until next time, remember, some mysteries are meant to be explored, not solved.